Hello, welcome to my new video. Today with Nightmare on Elm Street, the complete collection, the complete German Mediabook collection, with all the movies, Freddy vs. Jason and Never Sleep Again. And I'm Nancy in this separate Mediabook. If you like what I'm doing, consider subscribing to my channel. It would help a lot. I've bought all the padded versions of the German media books. At first, with this big box with all the classic Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, 3, 4, 5, Nightmare... Freddie's Dead, The Final Nightmare, and Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and The Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake from 2010. Very, well, not that popular remake. In this box, as you can see, all the spines of the media books can be combined to one picture. There are two versions of it, the padded ones and the normal ones. The normal ones would fit somewhat more nicer. The picture would look somewhat better without these spaces. But I liked the padded versions much more. The Freddy vs. Jason is not in the box. It's a separate release that was released earlier within the Friday the 13th collection. And here Never Sleep Again and I Am Nancy in the separate media book that was released alongside the box, but for some reason don't fit in the box. So now here all the media books are unpacked. I will show them one by one. Begin with Nightmare on Elm Street, the original movie, the classic movie. Some consider it the best. To be honest, I like some other sequels more. This is the parts 1 to 6. No, 1 to 5, right? 1 to 5 have the original poster artwork by Matthew Peak. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to have these Mediabook editions, because I think it's just terrific with these incredible colors. As I said before, I have the padded versions with quarter sleeves. So here how it looks with the. So here's the quarter sleeve. I love quarter sleeves. I think it's the much better way to make a J card. Because it's so simple to keep them and they look just great. So it's, as I said before, this is the padded version. As you can see, it looks just amazing. Here on the spine, as I showed before, it's the first part of this big picture. And here's the back side, the non-padded version. It's just, I would say, paper. Looks fine also, but it's just ordinary plain paper, and there is no such backside and no quarter sleeve, of course. Instead, this infos are just printed on the backside. Now let's take a look what's inside. We have a DVD version and a Blu-ray version, and this beautiful booklet, of course in German. This is the German version of 1, 2, Freddy's Coming For You jingle that is played a lot within the series. All the cast, including famous Johnny Depp and Nancy Langkamp, that played Heather Langenkamp, who played Nancy 3 times. In the first one, in the third one, and in the seventh. No, not. In the seventh one, she played herself. Right. Yeah. The Heather scene with the phone. Well, the dreams get more and more fantastic and vivid and crazy in the sequels. In this one, it was mostly boiler rooms or underwater. It's not that fantastic. First appearance of Freddie Krueger. And that's it. A pretty big booklet with nice design and nice pictures. So and that's the Blu-ray. Nightmare on Elm Street Collection Part Disc 1. And well, I also have already bought a couple of years ago the complete collection, really cheaply. And it's the very same disc. It was heavily criticized because the editions are complete repacks. Here's nothing special. So now to the second one. The poster have nearly nothing to do with the movie, with the final version of the movie, but it's extremely beautiful. It is without the quarter slip, with this. This is the spine, the second part of the picture, and the back side with Freddie. The DVD version, the 1, 2, Freddy's Coming For You jingle, as in every other Mediabook, in nearly every other. And this one was somewhat different because the lower, well, at this point, as the second movie was released, it was actually the second movie, so this the rules of Nightmare on Elm Street weren't established. So in this case, this movie plays somewhat like a werewolf movie with somewhat different rules, with Freddie, who can possess people, especially the young Jamie, and who can act in the real world, which Freddie rarely did in the subsequent parts. I watched all the movies very recently, and well, I appreciated this one even more after the, I suppose, third or fourth watch. With great visual effects, really great drama, and great acting, and the visual effects, the special effects are simply incredible. Simply incredible practical effects. And well, they get better and better in the series, but in this one, especially the transformation of Jamie in the werewolf, yeah, like the werewolf in the Freddy, how Freddy comes out of the body of the boy, it's terrific. It's simply it's simply incredible. It really holds up today. So here it become very obvious what they are doing here. Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and 3. Yeah, it's also stated here. Here there is a bonus feature, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 on this one. And on the third one there will be a bonus feature, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. So they simply recycled the discs from the collection. Now to the third one, it's very unfortunate because it would be a great opportunity to make a beautiful re-release. of the movies and probably release the unrated versions. But no, for the unrated versions you have to look after some bootleg copies with VHS quality. It's strange. It's a really beautiful release, but in some cases it's really lazy. Now to the third one, with this incredible artwork by Matthew Peak. The other artworks after the part 5 don't come even near the beauty of these ones, for me at least. Yeah, I love this colors. Yeah, this it's actually also a repack, but it's not that obvious as here. It's a repack of the DVD collection. Yeah, it's strange why Remake. They are pretty pricey. At least some of them, and it's really unclear why you make such deluxe release and make such a lazy decision to simply recycle the discs. Yeah, with this, as usual, beautiful booklet. The third is considered the strongest by the most, and I think it's because it still features a somewhat scary Freddie, not that funny Freddie from the subsequent parts, and great visuals, much better visuals than the first one, with very imaginative kills, with very imaginative dreams. So, and here's also the bonus feature, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Here's the Freddy. And I totally forgot to show the box where all the Mediabooks, not all, but most Mediabooks are stored. This Nightmare Memories Mediabook, the classic Mediabooks 1 to 7, and Nightmare on Elm Street Remake. And I have to say, the box is really nice, very sturdy, but the artwork is terrible. There are so many beautiful artworks that you can make, and that's what they come up with. It looks like an old video game or something from Photoshop, don't know. It's really ugly. Well, but that's the only possibility for a box. So, well, the Nightmare on Elm Street 4, where Freddie got funnier and funnier, like a cartoon character. To be honest, I don't mind it. I don't really mind it, because it has this dark fantasy character, this dark fantasy atmosphere. I really love the dream sequences. This, yeah, right, the spine and the Freddy here, and the dream artwork. I think he's still scary. He's still scary, even in 4, 5, and 6. And to be honest, I really love these movies. Yeah, the kills get crazier and crazier, and to be honest, I love it. I love it. This series, especially the later parts, have nearly best practical effects that you could find in the 80s movies. So elaborate, so beautiful, so crazy. It looks so convincing, though it's so old. Yeah, with this, where a girl transforms into an insect. Just beautiful. Yeah, Nightmare 4, and as a bonus, there's Nightmare 5. Now to the part 5, the Dream Child. First the quarter sleeve, DVD Blu-ray and Warner Brothers logo. And here the J card, the J card. Yeah. It was so the spine. There are not that many editions where you get this combined picture. And here's Freddie in blue. Nightmare on Elm Street 5. The booklet. Yeah, with the child, the dream child. This motorbike scene is really imaginative. It's one of the scenes, and the eating scene, the feeding scene. Yeah, those two scenes. There are extended versions of them in the unrated edition that you can, as I said before, you can find only the bootleg version of it. Very unfortunate. The best way would be to remaster those scenes and add them back in and make an unrated release, but yeah, suppose Warner doesn't care, unfortunately. Lots and lots of pictures. Yeah, the feeding scene, it's really gross, and the motorbike scene. Yeah, and with Nightmare on Elm Street 4 as a bonus feature. Now to the 6. Well, and the artworks are not that beautiful anymore, unfortunately. Well, so Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare. Spine and Freddy, as usual, with this complex structure. The padded Mediabooks are so beautiful. If I have a choice and if they are sold for reasonable prices, I always choose the padded versions. Yeah, the Nightmare 6. This one, well, it's on the bottom of a lot of ranking lists, or near the bottom. I have to say I really like this movie. It's, to be honest, it's one of my favorites because of this incredible surreal atmosphere, and this is the kills are so incredibly imaginative. The practical effects are simply terrific. It's not some cheap sequel like Jaws, something like Jaws 4. No, it's really nice. I rewatched it a couple of days ago, and well, the acting of the daughter of the actress, of the main actress, is not that good. She's a little bit stiff, but besides that, especially the scenes in the Springwood are so surreal. The director Rachel Talalay, who produced most of the other Nightmare movies, who directed this one, she told they took inspiration from Twin Peaks, among others. So it's the screenwriter of it is the same one as from the script was written by Michael DeLuca, who also wrote In the Mouth of Madness by John Carpenter. And In the Mouth of Madness is my favorite movie by John Carpenter, to be honest. And you can see some similarities in both projects, with the city on the edge of madness and a lot of surreal elements. So now After the death of Freddie, Nightmare on Elm Street 7, Freddy's New Nightmare, better known as Wes Craven's New Nightmare, with a new-looking Freddy and the new glove. After 10 years, Wes Craven returned to the franchise, and he searched for a way to make a sequel, and he couldn't find any good way to make an original sequel, so he made something incredible. A meta movie about the cast of the Nightmare on Elm Street series, especially Heather Langenkamp, who played Nancy. And Heather plays herself alongside with Wes Craven himself and Robert Englund and so on and so forth, and producers and so on and so on. And this Freddy, after the end of the series, Freddy escapes in the real world and begins to haunt the crew, the cast and crew of the series in their dreams, especially Heather, and he tries to get Heather's son, Dylan. It's an incredibly movie full of Easter eggs, and this is a very, very, very special photo from the funeral in the movie with Heather and lots of other. The producer, he's Wes Craven, some other actors who played the kids in the former movies. Suppose it's Rod Lane from the first one, Robert Englund as Robert Englund, and not Freddy Krueger. It's an incredible meta movie. It's really incredible that they made such a movie back then. So, and as usual, as a bonus, the sixth one. So now to Freddy versus Jason in this Mediabook. Yeah, as you can see on the spine, it was released earlier, but has looks pretty similar to the other ones. So now without the J card. As you can see, it was released as a part of the Friday the 13th series. The Warner has rights for four parts: Freddy vs. Jason, Jason X, Jason Goes to Hell, and the first Friday the 13th. And they released this Mediabooks, I suppose, a year before Nightmare on Elm Street series was released. Here's the backside. This is the usual cover. This one, I suppose, they used because of the mask. And all the Friday the 13th Mediabooks, these padded releases, had a mask in their center, so they found a pretty decent artwork. Not my favorite one, but a pretty decent. Unfortunately, it would be great if they had released another version of this one alongside the other Mediabooks. It would fit really nicely, but unfortunately they decided not to do it. And as you can see, this one, well, yeah, at first Ripex, Freddy vs. Jason disc 1, not disc 1 of this Mediabook, but disc 1 of the 2 DVD edition. The second DVD is not included. And here's the Blu-ray. So they simply recycled the discs. So it's really beautiful artwork. And now to the booklet. It's incredible. Yeah. This booklets of the 4 Mediabooks that they released were heavily criticized, and it's simply unacceptable because this one is pretty expensive, and you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. That's it. And I'm really glad they learned from their mistakes, and at least the booklets are really good in the new Nightmare on Elm Street release. But, well, to have a complete collection, I had to buy this one also. Now the final Nightmare on Elm Street movie to this day, 2010 remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, with Jackie O'Haley, who plays Rorschach from Watchmen, who plays who plays Freddy Krueger. I really like this version, also Jackie O'Haley's version of Freddy Krueger. Well, to be honest, I would of course prefer Robert Englund to return, and I think he can return. He could return. He is not that old. But because of the makeup, his age wouldn't show. He is somewhat over 70 now. But unfortunately, they decided not to do it, and till now there was no new Nightmare on Elm Street movie, which really is really unfortunate. This disc artwork is simply amazing, white and red. Well. Yeah, and it's really nice Mediabook with a little bit different 1, 2, Freddy is coming for you jingle. Here is the new Freddy. Well, but the movie itself, I don't really like it. It has some really beautiful, really interesting scenes, some interesting ideas, and barely any kills. But barely any kills, and very unimaginative dream sequences with modern technology. They could do so many crazy things with the dreams, but unfortunately they decided not to do it. They dream of boiler rooms and some corridors, and well, that's it. It was meant as a beginning of the franchise, like the Friday the 13th remake that was also released by Platinum Dunes company, but well, till now there was no sequel, and I don't mind it. So I don't need a sequel to this one. I hope they make some kind of reboot one day, and it will be better than this one. No, this artwork. Well, the artwork is nice, but not nearly as good as the artwork on the other Mediabooks. And another thing, you would expect that the complete Nightmare on Elm Street collection would be recycled in this Mediabooks, but no, not really. In the collection, there is a reason why I still kept this collection, because there is a bonus disc with 2 episodes from Freddy's Nightmare series that unfortunately still was not released by Warner, and some other bonus features on this extra DVD. So that's the only way to get it. So you wouldn't get it with the Mediabooks. And now, last but definitely not least, Never Sleep Again, the famous documentary. And I Am Nancy with Heather Lankamp. And as you can see, with a squatter sleep that don't match the Mediabook cover. So it's unprofessional. It's in this huge Mediabook. It's really massive, and the squatter sleeve doesn't reach to the end, so it looks somewhat differently. You wouldn't say that this is part of the same collection. If I can compare here, it's another one. It looks very differently. It's a beautiful artwork, actually. This Mediabook was sold alongside the box. You could buy the box where you could put all the Mediabooks in. I bought all the Mediabooks, all the Nightmare on Elm Street Mediabooks together, except Freddy vs. Jason. I had to buy it separately. So, and here a small comparison with the other Nightmare on Elm Street Mediabook. As you can see, those Mediabooks are glossy. This one is padded, of course. There's only a version of it, only padded one, and it's completely differently padded. It has a matte finish, not the glossy, but with the artwork that goes completely from beginning to end. Yeah. Well, the reason why it's so massive, because it has over 100 pages book in it. So now, Never Sleep Again, Blu-ray, and a Blu-ray of I Am Nancy. Yeah. Here without the discs. It's actually the complete artwork of the complete Mediabook. And this looks just unprofessional. Sorry, it looks like some intern had to make it. It's crazy. So now to this book. It's a huge book. Well, unfortunately, of course, in German. The documentaries are all in English, of course. Yeah, and it barely has any pictures. Well, a couple of pictures, but not that many. Yeah, it's like they got a PDF from the author and put it in this Mediabook. Yeah, that's something indefinable. Yeah, this one. Yeah, right. It's a copy of this. It's a zoomed part of this picture, of this cover artwork. Here are some pictures. Yeah, it's a nice release. Yeah. So that were all Mediabooks, and if you have not padded versions, they would fit really nicely into the box, and also Never Sleep Again and Freddy vs. Jason would have place in the unpadded version of the Freddy vs. Jason, would also fit in the box. It's very strange why they release a box with alongside a Mediabook, and this Mediabook don't have room in the box. It's really strange. It's very unusual. All in all, it's a very, very beautiful release, but with some really strange, lazy flaws that's not really explainable. For example, why didn't they release proper versions of the movies, and why they simply why did they simply recycle the discs from the Nightmare on Elm Street collection? It's so lazy, it's so unnecessary, simply strange. So, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Freddy vs. Jason, Nightmare on Elm Street Remake, and Never Sleep Again. Well, you have to decide if you want to have this release. It's the only reason for it is, of course, packaging, because you won't get anything else, any special features, nothing extra with this release. No exclusive bonus features, nothing. Only repacks, but very beautiful repacks. So folks, that was it. Please subscribe to my channel, leave me a thumb up, and let me know in the comments below which is your favorite Nightmare on Elm Street. You can write write your ranking of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies in the comments down below. You can also let me know which video would you like the next. So folks, till the next time, bye bye.